Hello there. In this video I'm going to take a look at the minimum wage in Ireland and the legislation, the National Minimum Wage Act of 2000. There's a very significant sting in the tail in this legislation for employers. First thing to note about this legislation, particularly for an employer, is that it provides for criminal prosecutions and criminal convictions for breaches of the Act. It can also provide for prison sentences, therefore, and heavy fines. The appropriate hourly rate of pay then from January the 1st of 2016 is €9.15 for an experienced adult worker. The definition of an experienced adult worker is an important one, and it would include somebody who is not under the age of 18, who is not an apprentice, who is not over the age of 18 but in the first year of their first job or in the second year of their first job. They are not experienced adult workers. Otherwise, all experienced adult workers are entitled to a minimum of €9.15 per hour from the 1st of January of 2016. If there's a breach of any aspect of the Act, an employee then has two choices. He can make a complaint to NERA, that's the National Employment Rights Authority, and they will investigate and perhaps prosecute the employer, or the employee can make a direct complaint to the Workplace Relations Commission that there's a breach of the Act by the employer. All employees then are covered by the Act, apart from close relatives of the employer and certain apprentices. A very significant thing to remember, particularly for an employer, is that the burden of proof is on the employer in relation to paying the minimum wage and maintaining, keeping records and so on. So if an employee, for example, claims that he hasn't been paid the minimum wage, then the burden of proof is on the employer to prove that he has been paid the minimum wage. Ordinarily, if somebody alleges something, they have the burden of proof to actually prove what they're asserting, but in this case the burden of proof actually shifts to the employer, and that's why from an employer's perspective it's absolutely vital that you keep and maintain good records of paying minimum wage or paying at least the minimum wage and records to prove that. As I said, the minimum wage for an experienced adult worker is €9.15 per hour. If the employee is under 18, it's €6.41 per hour. If the employee is over the age of 18 but in the first year of employment, the rate is €7.32 per hour. And if the employee is over 18 in the second year of employment, then it's €8.24 per hour. There is special rates then as well for any employee who is on a prescribed course of organised study or an organised course or apprenticeship, and the rates there will vary from €6.86 per hour to €8.24. But the most significant thing is that from an employer's perspective, you do need to be careful that you're not prosecuted in the district court or indeed the circuit court on the basis of having committed a criminal offence, because all breaches of the Act, the National Minimum Wage Act of 2000, can lead to criminal prosecutions, and NERA have and do regularly prosecute such claims or such offences in the district court.